everyone and welcome to a very exciting video. As you can see from the title, I can finally tell you that we have bought a house. Yes! I need some kind of like triumphant music right now. Maybe I can find something. But yeah, it's been a while ago because I am currently recording in June 2023 and we have found a house in July 2022. But just kind of wanted to first go through everything and then share it once we knew, okay, this is all going well. That makes sense. But basically, I'm gonna make something that's gonna be called House Diaries, which that's the first one you are watching right now, where I'm gonna first tell you how we got the house, how it even happened, and then throughout the other parts, you will see how we chose our bathroom, how we chose our floors, stuff like that, doors, everything. You'll understand what I mean in a moment. So basically, we have been looking, last year we started looking for something for ourselves. If you don't know, I currently live with my boyfriend and his parents, which is great because it's allowing us to save money to be able to buy something. But we wanted to get a place of our own, and it was either to buy a piece of land to build on it, or to buy a project, or to buy an old house to renovate. So basically, we were open to a lot, to be honest. What we knew is that we wanted a house. We wanted a house, and my first idea was a freestanding house with a beautiful garden. I mean, if you don't know, by the way, I live in Belgium right now, and that is quite expensive to get because Belgium doesn't have that much land, at least in the north part of Belgium, which is Flanders. In Wallonia the prices are a bit lower. But basically we were looking around, also not far from where we are currently living because we do like the area, our work is here. So yeah, we had at some point, we thought maybe we found a good piece of land, turned out to be sold, blah blah blah, whatever. All these kinds of things that you think like, ah yes, we got it, and no we don't. Anyway, so in July last year I was just browsing, all these websites where you can find the houses for sale, and I found this project. So basically near us where we live, a couple of kilometers away, sorry, that was my phone, a couple of kilometers away, they have torn a building down, and they have been... Okay, I need to mute my phone, I'm sorry. So not far from us, they have torn a building down, and they have been, they planned on building 3 houses next to each other. So like, one will be half open, then the middle one, then another one half open, and then the rest would be duplexes. So like an apartment with like, 2 levels and stuff. But from outside it looks like a house, so that makes sense. And that's quite a big complex that they have been building. So basically I saw a house that was a half open house. I'm like, okay, that's a compromise for me, because I wanted an open one, but it looks great. Also we wanted 3 bedrooms, not bathrooms. Yeah, we had some criteria, maybe I can list them first. We wanted 3 bedrooms, that was a minimum. We wanted a garage for at least 1 car plus a motorbike and some bicycles. Is that it? I think that's it. I mean, we had at some point so many things we wanted. Oh yeah, and a garden. But that kind of comes with a house, you have something of a garden. And you're not too far away, of course, and within a budget. So, So basically I found this great house online, and it was like, wasn't much, because of course they had some renders of how it would look like, because it doesn't exist yet, and like a basic price, but we didn't know what's in the price. So we called the office. I don't know how you call it, I should have probably prepared myself a little bit better, but like the office where you go to when you buy a house. So we called that, and that was Thursday, and the guy was like, yeah, oh no, that was a Friday, and the guy was like, yeah, if you guys can come like this afternoon, we can talk. And we're like, actually yes, because we were both like off from work. It was during holiday, and he said like, yeah, and after that I leave for my holiday. So we're like, yeah, we'll be there. I think it was like 3 o'clock. We got ourselves ready, we went there and we chatted, and then we quickly noticed we can't exactly afford the half open house. Well, we could, but that would drain us completely. Even with like a loan, of course, I'm not even talking about own money. Because the price we saw was a basic price, but once we started to add things that we wanted, um, that we thought are not really optional, like a water well or water tank in the garden that's bigger, or like a terrace, or the heating system that it goes like in the ground and uses the ground temperature to control the house, and instead of having gas, like that for us was a non-brainer. So we were like, okay, yeah, it's a bit too much for us. And the guy's like, yeah, I still have the middle house if you guys want to see it. So we looked at it, we're like, okay, yeah, like actually this is still great. We have a bit less space, the garage is smaller. But the problem was that the garage was too small, because it would fit a car, yes, but it wouldn't fit a motorbike or bicycles. And he said to us, what about we break this wall down? Because there was a garage and behind it there was like a storage unit, storage place. And he's like, we can still break it. I mean, it doesn't exist yet, but we could basically remove that from the plans. And we're like, yeah, okay, now it's actually starting to look like we could, you know, fit our stuff basically in there. So we chatted for a while, for a couple of hours. He gave us all the materials or the information. And then right after we drove to where it was going to be built, because we knew exactly where that was. And we had a look and we knew the area, and we're like, yep, I'm just saying to my boyfriend, yes, call him that we want it. Because how it goes with like new projects is it's not who bids more, which happens with like older houses. It's who's first. That person gets it. And he told us that there is more interest than just us, so we had to act very quick. And it's just the way it all came together. I feel like it was meant to be, and we are really, really happy that we got it basically. So yeah, that's the basic story how we got the house. So obviously after that, what happens is that we were going around banks and, you know, asking for terms of the loans to see what we can get, what's best for us, which was of course a bit stressful, because then you have to give in your information, you have to wait, you have to figure out if you can afford it, if they can give you the loan, all this kind of stuff. That's just like, you know, nerve-wracking. So we did that, and luckily we were able to get a loan that we wanted. So then we came back to that place where we came to initially for the office that sells the house. Probably should have looked it up, the name. And we went over more details on like, okay, what would we like to have in the house, because and here's the best part, because it doesn't exist yet, we were able to choose pretty much everything, like customize pretty much everything, which in the long run, spoiler alert, the developer said that this was insane because he has so many requests from people, and we're not the worst, which really surprised me. But he said that the houses basically of the whole project, so the 3 houses, had way too much freedom, which was a headache for them. But luckily for us, we were still able to choose like almost everything and anything, to be honest. So basically we went back, it was beginning of August, so like 2-3 weeks later, to go over the details, what we want, what we don't want, what are the options. And then the document was drawn up, which is like an initial agreement that you sign, that you will, when you sign this, you also have to pay like a chunk of the whole house price, basically, to kind of like say, okay, this is ours, and we commit to paying for everything, and we commit to actually buying the house. Because at that point we are not owners of it yet, we are gonna get it at some point, if that makes sense. So basically we signed that and we paid the first part, which another great thing, at least the way it was happening with us and is happening with us, is that we pay in chunks when a certain part of work is done. So let's say first was the fundaments, is that how it's called? Like the base layer. When that is done, you pay, plus the ground, of course. Then like let's say all the walls are up, you pay, the roof is there, you pay. And that's supposed to protect us as buyers from if the company would go bankrupt, that we don't lose everything. So I think it's a really good deal the way it's set up, that we are more reassured that we are paying for the work that's done and not for nothing, like what I would call it. Like at some point it wasn't just a pile of bricks, which it looked like at this in the beginning. And yeah, that's kind of how the very beginning went. I have some like footage and little clips of us going there and of us signing that document I mentioned. And I don't know how far I went there in the recordings, but basically that's the beginning of a story. And of course, if you want to know more about it, and if you want to know about buying a house in Belgium, maybe like, I mean, I'm not an expert, but I have a little bit of experience right now. I'm not gonna give you a price for a house just because the prices are, they differ so much depending on the region, depending if it's a city, if it's a village, I mean, if it's close to, I don't know, schools or whatever. I mean, it can differ so much. So I don't want to give you prices, and if you want to see prices, you just go to websites, which if you ever need websites, I can give you the names of them. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me from today. And you will now see some clips from me from the past with some maybe timestamps on the screen to make it easier for you to follow. And if I don't say it, I will put on the screen a brief description of what the hell is happening. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you have any questions, or if you would have questions to my boyfriend, maybe at some point how it all goes from his perspective, let me know, and I will be still, like I said, this will be a continuous series, House Diaries. So if you have any questions at any point, just ask. And I will give you prices of like bathroom stuff and like tiles and furniture. That I will give you, because why wouldn't I? It's stable in those places. Just the house is like, I don't feel comfortable saying how much we spent on a house, which I think is normal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this first video. Please enjoy the footage, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. I am on my way home from work for a moment, for a very important event. So yeah. Okay. I can't do it. It's not even moving. I can't do it. You have to do it. It's not even spinning. I can see it's not spinning. Take 2 for opening the bottle. We have a stronger candidate this time. Yeah, it is really stuck, no? There we go. Let's toast. Okay. Cheers.
On a good house.
It's not bad.
I've tried it worse.
Yeah.
Alright, let's chug this down.
We are where our house is gonna get built, and that's one of the buildings from the project. So we're just having a sneak peek. There's a creek here to the side, and well, this is open, so we're just gonna have a quick look at how it's looking. We are not sure exactly which trees are ours. It's not very clear, but we're having a first look, first steps. So yeah, this tree is big. Looking back at it, I don't know if I would want it. So yeah, we are looking around. Some of these trees are ours. Probably these two. And they are setting up a crane to lift things in. So yeah, things are moving slowly.
This tree requires a lot of maintenance though.
It does. We had those and you have to cut them at least once a year to maintain it. But yeah, looks nice.